Hi everyone, my name is Becky and this is AHandKnitLetter, a show and tell of the stuff I've made and the stuff I want to make. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's talk about knitting. Today I'm wearing a new knit. This is the weekend top by Loopy Mango. If you watched my last episode, you knew that I was going to make one or the other of her patterns out of Tahki yarn's Hatteras in the color Iris. This is the weekend top. It was super quick, very simple. It's got a really deep underarm, so you have to wear a tank with it, and it's also pretty open. So, I mean, you could also use it as kind of like a cover up over a bathing suit if you wanted to, but it's loose enough of a weave where it is, I mean, it's warm today. It's probably 76, and I'm not hot. Will I wear this when it's 96? Probably not. But it has an open weave, and so air flows through it. I got wind beneath my wings. It's made out of cotton as well, so that helps. But it is bulky, so that's why I would say I probably wouldn't wear it when it gets super hot, but right now, it's nice. It's nice. I'm not usually one for the bulky knits, but if you were watching the last couple podcasts, you know that we were doing a read-along and a kind of a knit-along, bake-along with a book called Knit One, Kill Two by Maggie Sefton. And in the book, in the back, there is a chunky weight kind of sleeveless top or vest called the Whodunit shell. And I wanted to make something to go along with the book, but I also didn't want to make that. So I chose the weekend top by Loopy Mango, and I like it a lot. It was really nice. I knit I believe the large extra large, is like large / extra large, and I bought 3 skeins of the Hatteras yarn by Tahki yarns, and I used 2 1/4 of the third. So 3 skeins will pretty much, I think if you did the medium and the small, you would need 2. If you did the extra large, you would need all 3. So that's the yarn usage information. This is not usually a color that I wear, even though it's a color that I like, and I don't know why. So I changed that, and now I'm wearing it, and it's my color. Let's go straight into stuff I've made. So in stuff I've made, I recently was privileged to knit my friend Casey's very first published pattern. And this is the Party Line Scarf by Young Folk Knits, or Casey Apple. And I love it. I love it so much. I knit this out of Craft Me Not Yarn Co. Silky Sport in the color Lilac. And I think it's the perfect length and the perfect width to wear it different ways, like as a headband or a hair scarf. I wore it, let's see here. If I can get this. Let me get all these cobwebs out. Okay, so I kind of wore it like this in my styling video. Did I? Yeah, I did. Got proof. Like that. But I think that I would probably wear it more like I'm a Cub Scout because I like that look. You can make 2 out of 1 skein. So to make 2 out of it for a special gift for your mom or your whoever, that's who you can knit them for. You can knit them for moms or whoever's, but anyone else, no. Okay, so that's all for stuff I've made. So in stuff I'm making, I am currently still working on the Tolsta tank by Clow. I do have quite a bit of progress. I got the back completely finished. That's what's on these Stitch Keeper cord things. Got the back done, and now I'm working on knitting up the front. And I got the bust adjustments done, and I think this is going to be a really lovely tank. So I'm not very far from finishing this. I probably will finish this up this weekend and have it ready to take some pictures and submit that to Rebecca. I think it's a very classic staple piece for your wardrobe. I probably would like to knit one in a cream color for the future, because I think that would be nice to have under undershirts, under denim top, I think that would be nice to have under a denim top. I'm not sure when this pattern comes out. I know the deadline for the test knit is the end of this month. So it'll probably be released relatively soon after that, maybe in June. I don't know if you can hear it, but the cicadas are here and they're crazy. This is probably gonna gross some people out because it is gross, but it also is kind of creepy cool. There are, in my garden, there are cicada like shells, or like they shed and they leave behind like a fully formed carcass or not really carcass because that would mean it'd be a dead thing, but like an exoskeleton. I don't know, but they leave behind a form that looks exactly like cicada, but it's see-through, and they're like hanging on the wooden posts of my garden as if they're crawling up it, which is pretty creepy. And then one was hanging from a spider web from my garden lantern, hanging down from the bottom, and it had just rained, and that carcass is see-through and it was filled up with water. So it was like a cicada water balloon. It was so gross, but I also had to take a picture of it because it was gross. So it's kind of boring today because I only have one thing I'm working on, but it's also good because that means I'll get it done in time. I plan on starting some more tanks next week once I get this test done, and I'll be able to share that with you in the next episode. On stuff I want to make, I just recently bought some fabric that was on sale at Joann. They had a very good sale. It was 40% off, and then you could use a coupon with it. So I think it was a 30% off coupon that I used to buy this fabric. So I was really excited about that. And I found some beautiful yellow medium weight linen. The drape on this is just beautiful. And I thought this worked really good because I took some pictures of my Van Gogh book, which is my kind of my color inspiration for my wardrobe. And I had taken a couple pictures to just have in my phone when I was out if I stumbled upon something. And this one is my sunflowers. So this is Sunflowers 1888 by Vincent van Gogh. And this is the fabric I got to go with it. But the thing is I don't know really what I want to make with this yet. Generally, I don't buy fabric or yarn without patterns in mind, but I knew I wanted this regardless, and I knew I was going to use it. So I'm not sure if I want to do separates, like a top and a skirt. I don't really want pants. I don't really want yellow pants, even though that would be cool, but I don't really want yellow pants. I don't know if I want to do a top and a skirt, if I want to do a full yellow dress. If I did a top and a skirt, then I would be able to mix with things, and that's kind of where maybe I'm going. Thinking maybe like an Agustina Boxy top and maybe a gypsum skirt by So Liberated, or a Paper Theory Peppermint pocket skirt. So I can pick some pickled peppers for that. So I think maybe something like that, or if you have some suggestions as what I should make out of this, let me know. There is also a pattern by Matchy Matchy Sewing Club. I think it's called the Horizon Day Dress. That might be beautiful too. Let me know what you think. I've got 4 yards to play with of this, and it is wide, so I have plenty of fabric to maybe make a dress and a top, or a top and a skirt, something like that. And then I also got some navy double gauze, and I got 4 yards of this, and I'm thinking maybe a hinterland dress with no button placket, just hack it and have it like a pull-on one, with either a short sleeve or a 3/4 sleeve, something like that, and then have enough for another top or a pair of shorts. So that's what I'm thinking with this. If you have suggestions as well, I also have 4 yards of this, and it's just a nice staple navy. I'm not going to show you an inspiration picture just because there are a lot of navy pictures in here by Van Gogh with, you know, that color. So it goes with the palette, and I think it'll be really nice. Yeah, so let me know if you have any suggestions for this double gauze or for the sunflower yellow linen. So in stuff I did, I made the recipe for the cinnamon rolls that was in the back of the Knit One Kill Two book by Maggie Sefton, and they were delicious. Someone said in our read-along group, someone said that there was a tremendous amount of sugar in it, and it was really sweet. And the whole time I'm reading the comments, and people were talking back and forth about how sweet it was, and I was just like, and like I was just hearing, yeah, that's like challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. I'm pretty good at eating sugar, like probably the best you've ever seen. So I knew I could handle it. But it was very sweet, but very, very good. So I would say it's a very good recipe. Was it the best cinnamon rolls I've ever had? No. Was I sad or mad at any point in eating it? Nope. And I would gladly serve it to another person without shame. They were very good. So we had so much fun. Maybe we'll do something like this in the fall, pick a book. Even if it doesn't come with a delicious recipe or a free pattern, maybe we can submit suggestions for a pattern and a recipe that would go along, and then kind of take a vote, and then we'll do that. Or do our own interpretation of a pattern that would work with the book and a recipe that would work with a book. That might be fun. So something to do maybe in the fall or winter when we can't really get outside and do much. I think that would be a lot of fun to do. More stuff I did. I'm currently reading a book by Susanna Kersley called Mariana, and it's kind of like a time travel book, but not in the same way, kind of like a Quantum Leap type of thing. If you know that show from the 80s or early 90s, I think it's from the early 90s, isn't it? Maybe late 80s. Scott Bakula. Was it Scott Bakula? I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if it was. Who knows? Like a time travel book. It's set in England, a girl, without giving too much details, I'm almost finished with it. It's set in England, a girl buys a house that she's felt drawn to ever since she was a little girl, and now she's an adult, and she buys this house and she's starting to fix it up, and she is experiencing moments of time travel while she's in this house and living in this village that she just moved to in England. So far it's really good. I'm enjoying it. It's not a heavy read or a meaningful read, but it's very fun. In my imagination, I'd be really good at espionage, almost as good as I am at eating sugar. And so I love spy novels. And so I'm reading through the novels of John le Carré. And currently I have got set up in my queue to read, after Mariana, I'm going to read The Little Drummer Girl by John le Carré. And yeah, if you wanted to start reading some John le Carré books, I would say Call for the Dead is a really good one. I think that's his first novel. A Murder of Quality is exceptionally good. And The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. Those three are my favorites so far of the ones I've read. I've read a few others, but those are my favorites. So I'll report back on The Little Drummer Girl after a while, after I get that finished. My garden's growing really well. There's not much to tour right now because everything is kind of, you know, underwhelming because it's like this tall. But pretty soon things will be full and beautiful and have blooms on them, and I'll take you and give you a little spin around the garden sometime soon. Oh, I wanted to mention, before I mentioned that you can watch some free movies on YouTube, those change like the catalog of what's free changes, I've noticed. So things that were on there before aren't always on there, and it changes frequently. But currently on there for free is Roman Holiday with Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck, one of my favorite movies. So if you haven't seen that and you like classic movies, or if you haven't even watched a classic movie and you want to try it out, Roman Holiday is really good. And Sabrina with Harrison Ford and Julia Ormond and Greg Kinnear is also free right now. So check that out. Those are two really good romantic comedies. I don't really make good romantic comedies anymore. At least I don't think so. All right, we're coming down to two podcasts I want to shout out that I do at the end of the video here. The first one is Emma Robinson, and she has a yarn company of naturally dyed yarns called Woolly Mammoth Fiber Company. So she talks a lot about that and takes you along kind of vlog style of her dyeing process and things like that. But she also shares about living in Ireland and having a garden and her hiking and making there. It's a lot of fun, and it's kind of like I think it's always visually very pretty podcast. And then the second one I just discovered this week. I was watching one of my go-to podcasts, which is A Lovely Yarn, Amber of A Lovely Yarn. I always watch her podcast. And then underneath it, they have suggested videos. There was one called Capron Cottage. And I liked the way the thumbnail looked, so I clicked on it. And her name is Anne, and her podcast is lovely. I think she has 3 episodes now. I just noticed there was a new one this morning. Yeah, she has goats, and she spins, and she obviously is a knitter. And so, yeah, it's a really good one. And I think that she's gonna have some good success, and I think that people are gonna like to watch her. I really did enjoy the episodes that I watched. So in stuff I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to a planting festival this weekend up in Mansfield, Missouri. It's a couple hours north of where I live, and it's the Baker Creek Seed Company. And they have a spring and fall planting festival, I believe, every year. I didn't get to go last year, but I've been before, and it's a lot of fun. There's music and food trucks and tons of plants, and you can go through their seed store, and it's just it just says Becky all over it. And so I am super, super excited about that. Very, very excited. And then later on this month, I'm gonna go to a concert with my husband. Our wedding anniversary is in November, and so these tickets were on sale then. And we're old people, so we like music that we grew up with, and so we are gonna go see. So as a surprise to him, I bought him some tickets to see Hootie and the Blowfish with Edwin McCain and Collective Soul. So yeah, all of us are gonna be there. We're gonna be rubbing Bengay on our joints, and we're gonna dance. It's gonna be fantastic. So I'll also try to shoot some footage and try to knit while I'm there. I bought a clear purse, and because that's what the venue says you have to have, and hopefully I'm gonna put my stabby needles in there and they're gonna let me walk right through. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all I have to show and all I have to tell, and I hope you're doing well, and until next time, happy knitting.